seems like a theme of both the book and the talk is maybe, and I'm oversimplifying, but that original world of debt being a bad thing, a morally bad, kind of this almost Weberian kind of model where it's heavily tinged with some sort of ethical constraints, and then as it develops, kind of that piece kind of waning.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, where is the place for? It just seems to me that I fully agree that these questions are questions of policy, but is there a way sort of back in for maybe a different kind of morality, not the morality that says debt is bad or you're bad people if you borrow too much, which we hear a lot about, but are there sort of moral and therefore political arguments that can be made in these policy things? And I say that because I think with the globalization, and I'm not an economist, with globalization you get corporations that are sort of more and more, I would say, insulated or even immune to politics, which remains national or local or things like that. So I just wondered if you have, where is the place to sort of re-inject maybe?
And so I think that there is a lot of places where that can happen, and the morality piece I think comes out of the changing experience of debt over the 20th century. So this is where it's important to get the sort of relationship between those two things right. I think the morality also the sense that it's good to work, right? And that there are good opportunities to work where you can make good money and you don't have to go into debt. It's impossible to say, well, you shouldn't go into debt, you should just go get a job, right? If you can't go get a job. If you can't get a job that pays you enough to pay for your house, to pay for all the other things. So it's easy to say don't borrow until most people who go into debt are not going into debt for things like Joseph Maraglia. They're going to debt for healthcare costs. They're going to debt for unexpected unemployment, right? So why do we have a debt crisis? We don't have a healthcare system. Why do we why have a crisis? We don't have a good unemployment system that doesn't give people a lack of stigma when they go on unemployment, right? We have this optimism, and this is about that we'll find work at the same wage again. So for me, it's impossible to focus on the individual without talking about the structure in which the individual is enmeshed. So I think there are lots of opportunities, but we need to talk about them in a more complex way than just talking about the debtors themselves. And thank you.
Well, from morality to culture to economics to politics, from Keynes to Porter to Marx, from the 19th century on forward, this has been an immensely stimulating presentation. So thank you very much, Louis.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.